Welcome back into the channel, everyone. This is Farming Sim Niagara Fats. We are on the map Wola Zabie, and we are in the Triple Threat Challenge, brought to you by Zorch Farming. We are on the deck of our house, and it does appear that we can come into this house. But the sleep trigger is outside, so we're going to go ahead and get to sleep. Alright, welcome to September. Oh, nice. Pumpkins. Decorations. Cool, cool. Alright, so we did 3 contracts last month. In addition to starting and harvesting the fields that we bought. So we have straw on our fields that we have to collect. Not too concerned about it right now because I don't think our time-saving stock check shows us. Straw is best sold in January. It's $37 right now. It goes up to $49. So yeah, we'd be losing $2,000, so no sense in that. Looks like everything is ready to go in a couple months, December and January, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Alright, let's check out the contract board because that's pretty much all we have to do right now. Actually, first, let's look and see what we planned on selling, planting with Spelt last episode. And when does that make sure that when we know that plants? So actually, we can plant that now. We can plant it in September and in October. So maybe we'll plant one field. Now I guess we're going to harvest it. We might as well harvest it all together. So we'll decide what we're going to do based on what the contracts are. So let's go take a look at the contracts. And I just don't see a reason not to try to do 3 contracts, but I guess it depends on what's here. I really don't want to do wood transport because I cannot use that thing to save my life. We are allowed to use the equipment. That actually wouldn't be a bad contract, the rock removal. Now, those are kind of cheaty, but it's available. It's not one of the things we're not allowed to do, so we're going to go ahead and accept it because it's pretty close. It's only going to take a couple minutes to drive over there, so we're going to do the rock removal. Oh, no. I forgot to... Oh, I accepted the contract. Now we're going to have to go and I don't have the equipment for it, so we're going to have to cancel it. And we're probably going to lose a little money because of the equipment. Oh. No, we didn't lose anything at least. Well, we lost the contract though. I don't know if it'll pop back up. That was smart. Good job, Niagara Fats. Good job. Fertilizing doesn't seem like it's going to be a whole lot of good because by the time you rent the equipment and drive over there, I think it's going to be a waste of time. Plowing, these are kind of low. I really screwed up with that rock removal. That would have been nice. The baling, I guess we could borrow their equipment and do the baling contract. It's $3,000. Let's make sure I borrow the items this time. So we're going to borrow that. So we'll have to go to the store to get those. Bale wrapping is kind of the same deal. Minus $640, but it's a fairly easy contract, so we're going to borrow those items. So we got 2 so far, and that darn wood, or I'm sorry, that darn rock would have been a good one too. Is there any dead woods? So I'd have to buy. So we have to buy a chainsaw for $1,000. So each of these is just going to make us. The max would be $500, and I honestly have only done those a few times, so I think we're going to probably not do that. Cultivating, those generally take longer than they look for only $1,400, but any little bit helps, so we're just going to go with that right now, and I guess maybe we'll figure out what we're going to do about seeding because we do have to buy a seeder. So let's go ahead and get started on one of these contracts while we dither around with what we want to do. I think this is the tractor that was in the What's in the used sales here? I thought it was one of the tractors in the used sales, but I could be confusing that with another, with the Island Preservation Challenge that I'm doing too. So I just dropped the Island Preservation Challenge bright and early this morning on a Saturday. I've had the episode done for a few days, but I decided to kind of get a schedule going for myself. Let's see, we need to figure out where we're going. Sorry, we got to do a little save. I got auto save on there. Bale wrapping, baling, 197. Where is 197? Is that down here in the corner? Okay, so just up the way a little bit. Take a right out of here. This will give us a chance to check out some different areas of the map that we haven't seen. So yeah, I dropped the Island Preservation Challenge. I decided to do that recording on Saturday, or the final product on Saturdays. I got a kind of a schedule made up to go along with the one tile challenge videos, this triple threat challenge videos, and the Island Preservation. So I'm doing three of the challenges created by and thought up by the minds of Crustu Farms, Zorch Farming, and then they've involved Rusty Money Gaming, and I know he issues a lot of challenges too. I've watched quite a few of his videos where he comes up with challenges. So yeah, there's that. Did I go the wrong way? I did. I missed the turn. Can I get there this way? No, I can't. I'm gonna have to turn around. Oh well, you get to see me drive around and look at the map a little bit. This gorgeous map. I don't think I've ever been so surprised and impressed by a map as I have with this one. I think it's just because I always kind of shied away from the European maps. I just always want to farm the American maps, whether they be Canada or the United States. And so just pleasantly surprised. And if you use the right equipment, you know, I guess so many times I've used bigger equipment and things like that, which then, you know, these little fields don't really hold any value when you're doing that. So now that we're using, you know, struggling on this, and there's an actual challenge involved, makes things a little different, I guess. Makes you appreciate the map a little bit more, maybe that's why I like it so much. But it is a nice map. A lot of fog this morning. Early. Probably wouldn't be bailing this early, but it's farming sim, so we can. No penalty. I'm sure there's mods out there that cause that penalty. I'm sure there's moisture maps and all that. I know there's moisture and all that stuff. I've dabbled around with a bunch of those mods. Alright, let's get started on this. Throw this into a quick time lapse, and we'll see you at the end. Time lapse. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up here so we can see where we're at. 84%. We'll do these outside rows here. Missed that little bit there, but I'm guessing we probably won't need it. So once we get a chance, I'm going to look at. We need to look at what cedar we're going to get. And I think we had mentioned, I wish I would have wrote it down. I think we had mentioned that we were talking about doing the cliche one, that John Deere. $6,000. It does fertilizer and seeds. We also need to get something for lime. So I think we got a lot of work to do ahead of us on our field. So I'm kind of glad we only have these 2 contracts. But that rock removal would have been nice. But we kind of messed that up. And by we, I mean me. You had nothing to do with it whatsoever. You're just along for the ride. This has been a fairly easy contract. It hasn't been bad. I'm not even sure how many bales we made. Does the bale counter work? Yep, 10 bales. So that's not too bad. I do like the round balers a little better than the square balers for whatever reason. I don't really know why that is, but I just like the round balers. I enjoy round baling. Square baling is nice too, though. You just kind of go do it. All right, shall we? Well, it says the contract's finished, so we're just gonna leave it as the contract finished. I want to look at the cedars again. I think this is the cedar I'm gonna get. I think that's what we talked about in the last episode. I have to go back and make sure. I don't know why it is unsorts. It's got to be something I have set up in the game. Alright, I think we said we were going to go with that. It did plant spelt, yeah. We can do fertilizer. No previous plowing. And then we have to get lime. I think we were going to go with that smaller one. Yield improvements, there we are. And we're going to go with this one. And we're going to have to do some back and forth driving. I have to go convert our trailer to a bale trailer. And we're going to have to figure out how we're going to get the straw bales off of there. Let's grab it. This, it's kind of funny that this is the contract. Oh, is it the front? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Okay, it's fine. That's cool. I like it. I've never done it this way before. I've used this wrapper before, but I've never... we gotta go to the left. I've used this wrapper before, but never on this front, on a telehandler. It's crazy. Alright. Let's get over there. Let's throw some beacons on. Some flashers. Forgot to do that on the last tractor. Probably violated some laws. So we'll knock this contract out. We're gonna get our lime spreader. We're gonna get some lime. We're gonna go do our liming of our fields. And I gotta figure out how to get there, so pardon my map. So we need to go up this way. Up and over. It's a long, narrow field, but I don't think there's any way to get to it from that main road, so we gotta hit the side road here. Sorry, I got the map up in the middle of the screen, but I don't know where I'm going 100% yet. Can we turn down this way? Sorry, I gotta bring the map up again. It wants to shows back a little bit. How did I miss that road? Good thing this turns on a dime. Okay. Oh, is it right here? Ah, it is right here. Right in between the houses. That's why I didn't see it. Okay. Let's look for the field with the bales. We don't need the map anymore. Should be a long field with bales. Nope, nope. Where is it? Right up here. Oh, I see it now. Alright, we won't do any time lapse on this. We're just going to do it. It's going to be slow going. I can't tell. The contract kind of dips off there on the top, but I think it's 9. It's got to be 9, right? Can't be 19, right? Oh, I got to... sorry, I got to put my menu up. Unload bail. Where's the automatic? Turn on automatic. So now it should just do it. Why isn't this picking up? Am I not in it? Oh, I gotta be down lower maybe? What am I doing wrong all of a sudden? Oh, I wasn't up. I wasn't down low enough. Set it like this. So with this one, you got to go backwards with it because the other one you can just drive through. It has like a drive-through, but this obviously doesn't. It's fine. We only have a few to go. It looks like 7 to go, so this will be a nice quick contract. Give us a little cash. It'll at least pay this. At least pays for the. These 2 contracts will pay for the lime spreader. And why are we at? Were we at 60? So we must be. We must have. Let's go to our finances real quick here. We're down money. Oh, because of our loan, right? That's the problem with the first month. It shows all kinds of crazy things that happened in the month, so it's kind of hard to tell going forward. I thought we had 65, but we're down to 63, so there had to be something. And we had property maintenance of $125. I thought when we went to sleep we had 65,000. I don't know. But either way, we're at 63,000, and we're going to be lower than that at the end of the day because we have to buy equipment, seeds, fertilizer, lime. The trailer might cost money to convert it to a bale trailer. Hopefully it's free, I'm not sure. So there's 5 to go, and that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got 5 in there. So I hope everybody is doing good today. I'm good. It's a rainy Saturday morning. I knew it was going to be. Woke up to Crustu's version of the one tile competitive challenge. Watched that while I was setting up my stuff. Posted my video for the Island Preservation Challenge by Crustu. And you'll see it in my description, but that is by far that challenge is by far the toughest thing I've ever done to myself on Farming Simulator. And I'm struggling through 2 episodes so far. I'm probably going to record the 3rd episode today before I go do other stuff after I record this one, and then maybe edit it tonight. I'm not sure how that's going to go for me, but it is a daunting challenge. This is a daunting challenge as well, but in a different kind of way. You started out with a little more money here, and a few supplies. On that one, you just have $100,000, and then you have tons and tons of restrictions. It's the toughest thing I've done. Toughest challenge I've taken. And I still get that spinning thing going, but I don't know what to do about that. All right, let's go collect our contracts here. Got ourselves a little bit of money now. Collect minus the collect minus the both of those minus the using of the equipment. Let's get to our tractor. Throw down the hitch. Actually, you know what? Let's hitch it back up. Let's take it up there because I think we're going to need the we're gonna have to bring back lime. Boy, we got a couple of things to think about. We got to get the, if we're gonna plant the fields, we got to get the straw off of there too. I think I had said. All right, let's go to this. Sorry, I'm not as organized as I thought I was going to be. Okay, so we have this trailer. That's the Strautmann SK. So let's go to the Strautmann SK trailer. Because I think we said we were going to, it's this one right here. I think we said that we were going to auto load. So I think it comes as a bale trailer. So let's go to the store. Let's just take it up to the store. I think we'll come back. We'll get our bales off of the ground. We'll put them down onto the somewhere in our ground. We don't really have anywhere else to put them. So we'll go up. We'll get this into a bale trailer. We'll grab some lime. We'll grab our lime spreader while we're up there. And then we will come back, pick off our bales off the field. And we'll get lime into the field, and we'll have to come up and get our seeder, and we will work on getting spelt planted into our 2 fields. Get our flashers on, and I will see you up at the store. Okay, welcome back to the store. We've got ourselves converted to a bale trailer. Let's go up front here where the equipment spawns. We'll get ourselves a... we're going to get ourselves a few things. So this is what we're going to do. To make it semi-realistic, I am going to do a couple things unrealistic, but I'm going to do this. So we are going to bite the bullet. I'm not going to go with any of these mods because they make me a little nervous. So we're just going to go with the Q4 Quickie. And can we paint it for free? Might as well make it John Deere colors since we got a deer. Alright, let's get a bale spike. I think we want this one. And what configuration do we want? I think we'll just go with the original. Main color. Let's do a John Deere colors again. That's free. That's free. Buy, that's $500, so that's $8,000. The trailer is free. We got to get the lime spreader. What is that in yield improvements? We're going with this one. I don't want the support wheels or the spraying, so we'll just leave that as standard. That's $3,700. And we'll get some lime. We'll get, I don't know. I guess 4 bags for now. That's 1,800. 5 bags, 6 bags. We'll go with, that's a lot. I don't want to be too far over, but I don't want to be short and have to come back up to the store. You know what? We'll go with 4, and if we have to come, that's not gonna be enough. We'll just go with 6. I know that's probably gonna be enough because it's gonna take a lot of lime on this first application. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can get that lime on, and then we're gonna super strength the lime spreader on and simulate as if somebody is putting it up there for us. This will be the true test of whether these auto load on here. They do. I gotta get a little closer to get that one. All right, we're going to super strength the. We're gonna quickly do that. Put that up and on. Fits snugly. Strap it on. Is it strapped? Sorry, console players, I know you guys can't do that. I don't know if it's strapped on or not. It looks like it's showing it's strapped there. Hopefully it is. Alright, let's unhitch real quick. We'll go get our front loader and bail spikes on. Oh, that thing takes a while to come undone there, doesn't it? Hopefully this trailer's not a glitched out trailer because I like it. But when I was trying to do the configurations, it didn't seem like it wanted to go into bail trailer mode. We do have the front. Oh no. I never set this up. Please tell me this has front loader capability. I never set this up for front loader. Alright, this is turning into a, you know what I mean, kind of show. Nope, I don't have the front loader attached. So there's another $1,500. Well, we committed to it, so we're gonna do it. Oh, that's cool. They paint match the color to green. Usually they're black, I believe, if they get quickies. I know I gave you the option for John Deere, but I don't want to be messing around with something that doesn't work. I know this one will work, so. Alright, I thought I had the front loader already attached on there, but it was not, so. Now we can go. Now we can get our bail spikes. Then we can hook up our trailer, then we can get back to the property. Start getting these fields prepped for getting some seeds in the ground. So I did see another contract come up on the board, and it was another baling contract. It's a little more lucrative of a baling contract. We'll see how this episode goes time-wise. I might end up just doing that offline quickly and getting that taken care of, just get us a little more money for the incidentals that we had there, the extra lime. And I mean, it's not extra lime. I mean, I know we need it, so it's not like it's not necessary. We want the yield to be high on our fields, because again, we're working for those potato harvesters and planters and everything we need, so it's going to be a few years before we get to that point, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, again, I'm gonna jump cut this up to the house. We'll see you back up at the farm. here we are, just about finished with this daunting job of collecting 20 bales. Holy cow. It definitely was not how I wanted things to go. So I could only collect one bale on that trailer. It took me a little while to realize that I had straps on the bale spikes, which is the reason I got it. So that 3 stack is a result of that. Knowing that I could do that. So hopefully I can load the trailer up with 3 stacks of bales. So that should give me 6, and then I think I have to do, I'll try to do 3 stacks the other way, sideways. So that'll give me 3, 6, 9. That'll give me 9 per trailer. So that won't be so bad trying to sell it, but it took me a little while to figure that out, and I did that all off jump cut there. Also, you see the time is all the way up to 2:41 or 14:41 hours, based on the fact that it rained and this tractor was getting stuck in the mud, basically. So we're gonna do some time lapses on this. I know I have been doing a lot of time lapses, jump cuts, but that's what's required on the Triple Threat Challenge. It's a lot of work to do, and we got to go get it done. So without any further ado, I will see you at the end of this field, and we'll talk before we get into the next field. Alright, well, I guess for lack of a better term, we kind of screwed up there. But we erred on the side of caution, we'll call it that. Set this out of the way over here by a tree. We erred on the side of caution, but because it took so much lime in that field, whichever field number that is, 44, whatever a bigger one is, the one that had the rye in it. We really went through the lime, but that's because we had so much loam. This one here, we only had loam up at the top. Let's go to our map and we'll go over here. Yeah, because up here we had so much loam in 44, it really sucked up the lime, but then over here on this side we had the loamy sand and only just a little bit of loam, so it didn't go through quite as much lime. But hopefully we'll get that boosted up. Yeah, we didn't get the soil sampling bonus. I wonder if that only happens when you get something in the ground. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, because we're about to go up and get our seeder, and man, We really wasted the money on that. It wasn't, I mean, it's not a waste of money. We'll use the lime in the future, but how am I going to do this with the cedar? Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go get the cedar. And then we are going to fill it up with lime and, or I'm sorry, seed and fertilizer while we're up there. And then we'll, at some point in time, have to go up and get some more. I'm sure we're going to run out of at least fertilizer. And I don't really know. I'm assuming that Spelt takes the same fertilizer that like a wheat would do or a barley would do, which is quite a bit. So, all right. Well, we are gonna go back up to the store, and seems to be the theme of this episode. But we're gonna head up to the store, and we'll see you up at the store. All right. Welcome back to the store. Let's run up here. Go say hi. Hey. Remember, you guys were holding that 5.2 meter 1984 John Deere 8350 for us, so we can plant some spelt. Yes, sir, we remember. All right. Well, let's get in here. No, we don't need side attachers right now. Trelleborg. We just want to go with the dual ribs. We are going to... What's the design color? Change it to. Nope, we're going with all white. We're going to leave it this way it was. Going all white with some yellow graphics and yellow tires. A little bit of green inside the tire there. I think we've been getting license plates, so we'll just leave it on there. I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's buy it. Let's get some seed. We always go with the pallets because you get 50 liters more. Get one pallet right now because I know that's all it'll hold because I've used this many times, both the case and the John Deere. Solid fertilizer bag. Yes. What are we at? Oh my gosh, we're down to 39,000. It gives me a little chill thinking about it. All right, let's go get loaded up and head back up to the farm. All you John Deere purists out there, probably just hating that right now, but maybe that's how it came back in 1984. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. And you know what I haven't done is I haven't looked up what spelt is. Let's get on it. Okay, we're on it. Let's get our fertilizer. I know sometime in the seeding process we'll probably have to come back up here for at least fertilizer, I'm guessing. Seeds, maybe not. It depends on what the seed rate is on this. But, oh, this is wide. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. This is wide. Okay, so let's discuss what we're going to do to finish up this episode. We're going to put you into, yes, another time lapse of these fields for seeding. We're going to get this work done. I want these fields seeded. I want them planted and ready to go for a harvest as soon as we can get it, which won't be until the following summer. But there's a bunch of contracts that popped up, and there was a cultivating contract that I think I'm going to take, and I'm going to do it off camera. I'm going to try to do as little off camera in this series as possible, but right here at the beginning, to try to keep our money up, I gotta do some stuff. So I did the second episode where we had a ton of stuff that I kind of did as basically a jump cut of all three fields, but we needed those contracts done. And unfortunately, with the size of this cedar, I'm not going to be able to. I got to keep getting over for traffic, so I'm not going to be able to. Oh, come on, man! You can see I gotta go. I guess what? Don't all my flashers on? All right. You're putting me into a bind here. You're putting me into a bind. Now you just caused me to. What a mess. And we're just going to go over into the field here and get out of their way. Get out of the way. Looks like it's withered anyhow. I know there's, well, there used to be a mod. I think there's another mod that came out for 25 that you can cause crop destruction in other fields, and it charges you a fee. So like if I just ran that over with the trailer or with the seeder, it would cost you a little bit of money. It would automatically deduct it from you, like a miscellaneous cost, whatever it calculated that as being. I know that was an FS22. I don't know if that's in 25. I thought it was, but I definitely don't have it installed, and certainly not activated for this series. But we do have crop destruction on our fields, so anything we own, we can crop destruct. Alright, I hear you behind me. I guess I don't have my flashers on. I probably should have those on. I don't know if that makes a difference with the traffic. It doesn't seem to, so. Alright, as soon as we hit the driveway, I'm going to show you the contract we're going to do, because I think it's going to be an easy one for me to do offline. Time-wise, I mean. So let's take a look real quick at the contracts. It's a cultivating contract. I suppose I could do a baling contract, but this one was, let's go to it here. It was $8,000. I borrow the equipment. It cost me $640. It's this field over here. I'm thinking with that big monster, it's only a little over 8.5 acres, so I think I can knock it out pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and set that one up. It's probably going to take me longer to drive over than anything else. Alright. Let's go get working on these fields. I might as well start down here. It's probably going to have me going up and down this way. That's the way this... yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do. Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed this episode. It's been a little bit of a you-know-what show in some aspects of it, as far as the baling, as far as the bales went up there. Oh, hey, I got the seagulls going on this one here. All right, I gotta reset those. So if you're watching the Island Preservation, I have the seagulls on that one, and I have it on this one as well. Field goals, bird sound, I'm gonna turn that down to 20. Maximum birds, we're going to turn that down to 40. Chance of birds, 80. Again, if you're watching this and you're also watching the Island Preservation or vice versa, let me know what you think about that mod in the comments. I know around here that we get a lot of seagulls that'll fly into the field. Birds in general that'll fly into the fields for some free food. All the grubs and worms, and basically a buffet of all they can eat. Everything that's brought up in the ground. When it's cultivated, plowed, or obviously when direct drilled, it's digging into the ground and bringing up the critters that lay right underneath the ground there. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I definitely have enjoyed making it. I love these challenges. I'm so thrilled that these guys have come up with these kind of all at the same time. Kind of got me motivated back into recording. I don't know if I'm going to be successful at any of these challenges, but I am giving it my best effort. So that's all I can do. I'm obviously attempting to do things that's completely different as other people. But with this challenge, it's automatically different because everybody's got... I mean, it's the same, but it's different, if that makes sense. It's kind of a joke from years ago in my past. But yeah, it's the same but different in the fact that everybody has one crop to pick and fields to do and things like that. But depending on your crop, like I have potatoes, and it's going to take us a while to get to that because the equipment, we're not allowed to lease it. We got to buy it. We got to get the cash to do it. And we did nothing but spend cash in this one. But you got to spend money to make money, they say, right? So that's where we're going with that. We definitely spent it this time, and we kind of had to, you know, we had to get lime. I a little overdid it on the lime, but it's not like it's going to go to waste. It'll sit in the bags and we'll be able to use it. It's our fertilizer take going here. So we're going actually a lot faster on seeds than I thought we were. So we are definitely going to be in trouble. Well, not trouble, but we're definitely going to have to go up and purchase more. So I'll have to take the trailer up and do all of that. But anyway, we're going to end this video on some time lapses here. Get these fields done. And again, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did and you made it this far, please hit that like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, as obviously it helps me just like every other creator. Check out all the other creators that are doing these challenges. I'm going to try to list some of them at the end of this episode, or in the description, I'm sorry. And the Island Preservation Challenge, that's going on as well. That's a really cool, if you're into this kind of farming sim content, or just farming content in general, and you got put here because of it, check out all of our all of these creators following along and doing these. They're all a lot of fun. I'm trying to watch as many as I can. I'm actually feeling a little overwhelmed by how many there are and how many I want to watch and support other creators. Aussie Brendo, he mentioned me in one of his, and so I mentioned him back in my Island Preservation. I'm going to get him mentioned in this one. He seems to be doing a really good job on both of these challenges, so check him out. And again, all those other creators. For me, it's just kind of a labor of love. I kind of really like doing it. I like playing farming sim. I like doing the editing. It's a little daunting at times, but I enjoy doing it. So hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing here. As I said before, like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. I got everything in a playlist down there, so you can catch up on all the episodes if you're just coming to these videos and you like what you're seeing and you like what you're watching. And we'll end it up in a we'll end up by hitting a tree here. Thought that was a bush. It's my fault for assuming. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna end this in a time lapse and some jump cuts to get these fields finished. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.